Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, guys? I hope that everyone is well today. I hope that everyone is well today. I'm feeling excellent. I'm feeling amazing. I hope that you guys are as well. Unfortunately, last week we didn't go live Wednesday due to the condition of the weather. But however, we are back. We are up and running. And as I said, we will do great things together. I appreciate all of those that have been consistently joining us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as we were once going once upon a time. But now we've done a breakdown. We're going every Wednesday, guys. And I must say that I am uh, honored as well as delighted of this opportunity being able to share with you guys on every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. To those of you guys that are still practicing, get that practice in. It is very much needed. Continue practicing. You will get it right. I'm here to walk with you every step of the way. You know, if you have any questions for any reason, there's no harm being done whatsoever by you reaching out to us. Reach out to us. Contact us through the Real Will 954, Emerald Music Group, 7 at gmail.com. What I'll do is I'll just leave a couple of links in the description box below, above or below, for you guys to stay in touch. Stay in touch. It's no problem. We love what we do, and we will continue to do so, because we love what we do and we love the people, okay? So have no fear, fret not. Go ahead and send me or to send us an email or whatever it is that you may need help with or something that you're having complications with. We'll be happy, more than happy to resolve your problem. Okay? So we're gonna jump right into it, guys. Now, I think that you guys are gonna be amazed by this information and this detail that I'm gonna pass on to you. Okay? Today's topic in singing lessons, we're doing our featured artist today. Today's topic in singing lessons: what famous producer or female producer has the middle name Ernestine? Once again, what famous producer has the middle name Ernestine, or Ernestine as a middle name? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. To those of you out there that are music lovers, you knew or you know this answer. You have the answer to this question. It came immediately if you're a music fanatic as myself. But even I didn't know this. So, do you have it yet? Do you have any leads as into who it could possibly be? What famous female producer has the middle name Ernestine? Well, your time is up, buddy. The person or this individual that I am talking to you about, or that I would like to discuss with you today, is no other than Mrs. Diana Ross. Mrs. Diana Ernestine Earl Ross. Or is that early? It's Earl. Diana Ernestine Earl Ross. She was born March 26, 1944, and an American singer, songwriter, actress, and record producer. Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, Ross rose to fame as the lead singer of the vocal group The Supremes, which during the 1960s became Motown's most successful act, and is to this day the United States' most successful vocal group, as well as one of the world's best-selling girl groups of all time. Ross's success as lead singer of the Supremes made it possible for future African American R&B and soul acts to find mainstream success. The group released a record setting 12 number one hit singles on the US Billboard Hot 100, including Where Did Our Love Go? Baby Love, Come See About Me, Stop, In the Name of Love. Remember that? Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it over. You better think about it. You hear me? You better see. She had you thinking about it. You know what I mean? They had you thinking about it. You better stop in the name of love. Don't break her heart now. Let me continue though. You can hurry love. That was another good one. You keep me hanging on. That was another great one. Love child. And someday we'll be together. Someday we'll be together. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Someday we'll be together. You know that now. See, a lot of you guys may know and may not know these songs, but I know them. I love them. You know, I love, especially like Motown records. You know, back during that era. You know, and songs like Bernadette and many other great records during that time. They're still awesome records to me. I listen to them. I listen to them all the time. So, and we're going to continue. Following her departure from the Supremes in 1970, Ross released her eponymous debut solo album that same year, which contained the top 20 pop hit, Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand. That's a good one too. That was a real good one. And the number one pop hit, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. She later released the album Touch Me in the Morning in 1973. Its title track reached number one. As her second solo hit that same year, her album Lady Sings the Blues, which was the original track for her film based on the life of jazz singer Billie Holiday, went to number one on the Billboard Hot 200 album chart, selling more than 300,000 copies within its first 8 days of release. By 1975, the Mahogany soundtrack included her third number one hit, Theme from Mahogany. Do You Know Where You're Going To? Her eponymous 1976 album included her fourth number one hit, Love Hangover. In 1979, Ross released the album The Boss. Her 1980 eponymous album, Diana, reached number two on the U.S. Billboard albums charts, and spawned the number one hit, Upside Down, and the international hit, and Coming Out. After leaving Motown, Ross achieved her sixth and final U.S. number one pop hit. Okay, with the duet "Endless Love," composed for the Brooke Shields film of the same name by and performed with former Commodores. I'm sorry, Commodores. I remember them. They were a great group too. Former Commodores frontman Lionel Richie. Remember him? Lionel Richie. He's a great artist too. Ross and Richie performed the song on the telecast for the 54th Academy Awards, where the song was nominated in the category of Best Song. Ross was named the Female Entertainer of the Century by Billboard magazine. In 1993, the Guinness Book of World Records declared Ross the most successful female music artist in history, due to her success in the United States, the United Kingdom, for having more hits than any female artist in the charts, with a career total of 70 hit singles with her work with the Supremes. And as a solo artist, Ross had sold more than 100 million records worldwide. When her releases with the Supremes and as a solo artist, Tally. I'm sorry. In 1988, Ross was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as member of the Supremes, alongside Mary Wilson and Florence Ballard. She was the recipient of the Kennedy Center Honors in 2007 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. She is a 12-time Grammy nominee, never earning a competitive honor, but later became the recipient of the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2012. In December 2016, Billboard magazine named her the 50th most successful dance artist of all time. Now, this is the early life of Mrs. Ross. Check this out. Diana Ross was born at the Hutzel Women's Hospital in Detroit of March 26, 1944. She was the second eldest child for Ernestine, nee Moten. January 26, 1916, October 9th to 1984. And Fred Ross Sr., July 4th, 1920 to November 21st, 2007. According to Ross, her mother actually named her Diane, but a clerical error resulted in her name being recorded as Diana on her birth certificate. Isn't that something, guys? She was listed as Diane during the first Supreme records, and she introduced herself as Diane until early in the group's heyday. Her friends and family still call her Diane. Ross's grandfather, John E. Ross, a native of Gloucester County, Virginia, was born to Washington Ross and Virginia Baytop. Virginia Baytop's mother, Frances Frankie Baytop, was a former slave who had become a midwife after the Civil War. Ross and her family originally lived in Belmont, on Belmont Road in the North End section of Detroit, near Highland Park, Michigan, where she was neighbors with singer Smokey Robinson. I've heard this story from Smokey Robinson, as a matter of fact. I believe he was on the Breakfast Club when I heard this interview. That was last year, I believe, like 2016. I'm sorry. When Ross was 7, her mother contracted tuberculosis, causing her to become seriously ill. Ross's father moved his children to live with relatives in Bessemer, Alabama, after her mother recovered. Her family moved back to Detroit on her 14th birthday in 1958. Her family relocated to the working class Brewster Douglas housing projects, settling at Antoine Street, attending Cass Technical High School, a 3-year college preparatory magnet school in downtown Detroit. Ross began taking classes including design, millinery, pattern marking, and seamstress skills. As she had aspired to become a fashion designer. Ross also took modeling and cosmetology classes at the school and participated in 3 or 4 other extracurricular activities. Ross worked at Hudson's department store, where it was claimed in biographies she was the first Black employee allowed allowed outside the kitchen for extra income. She provided hairdressing services for her neighbors. Ross graduated from Cass Tech in January 1962. You know, so there was a lot going on with her, a whole lot going on with her, guys. That was just a little insight about Mrs. Diana Ross. You know, Mrs. Diana Ernestine Earl Ross. There's more detailed information, or there's more details included about her musical career with the Supremes, and you know, several other groups if she sung with any. But I mainly think that it was the Supremes, and yeah, it was another group too. I can't. Yeah, there was another group, but if you guys would like to look into this, you can, you know, and I advise you to look into this, because if it weren't for people such as Mrs. Diana Ross, you know, there wouldn't be an us, you know. Music wouldn't have evolved in the way that it have, you know, or in the way that it has to this very moment or this very point. So whenever you guys have the chance, you know, I think that you should study this. I think that you should read into this, and you know, enlighten yourselves of who Mrs. Diana Ross is. You know, she is a very special musical icon in music, and she is definitely someone that you need to know. Okay? You guys need to get up on Miss Diana Ernestine Earl Ross. Okay? With that being said, this is going to conclude our singing lessons. I am William Alexander, and as I always say, we will continue to do great things together, guys. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, guys, peace.